Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to continue today's media availabilities with our winners. We've got a few team members from Joe Gibbs Racing. We've got crew chief James Small and team owner Joe Gibbs. Congratulations to both of you. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. If you have one, please raise your hand and we will get a mic over to you. We'll start here with Zach, and then we'll go to Marty and Bob.
Zach Sterniolo with NASCAR.com. Coach, first for you, seeing Martin back in victory lane here, what does it mean to see him end this 54 race win streak, especially here at his home track?
It was huge for all of us, really. Martin is just, James, they worked their rear off last year. There were so many times that we thought we had a race, and it was a late caution or something happened to us. And when that happened today, I went, not again. And so great call by James to get us out with 2 tires. But really, Martin, I just got to tell you, James will tell you this. Martin may be the calmest, rational athlete I've ever been around. He handles everything just in the right way in our meetings and everything. When bad things happened last year, he never got upset about it from a standpoint of rationally talking to you. He's a great person and a great athlete, I think. So that meant a lot to us.
And then obviously Ryan got the win here on Saturday as well. So this is his second stint with your organization. What have you seen? What's different about Ryan, over a decade later than the first time he was behind the wheel of one of your cars?
Yeah, I thought it was great for the Truex family. And to have the dad here and everybody celebrating, I think, obviously it's a first for us. Never had, 2 brothers like that win races on the weekend. But we would love to have Ryan in the car. He does a lot of simulation work for us. He's a dedicated young guy. And it's just, as everybody knows, it's hard to get sponsorship. And so we work our rear off. And I talked to Todd Moore. He called me right after the race on Saturday, and we committed to work hard this year to try and get Ryan in more races.
All right, we'll go to Marty.
Marty Sacalo, Rock Sports Net Race Pro Weekly. James, for you, I guess, what was your reaction when the caution came out and the idea to take 2 tires over 4?
I was like, yeah, not again. It was like. Seems like it always gets us, but yeah, the 2 tire call, given there were still only 8 people in the lead lap, I thought there was others that were going to do it, especially like the 12 in a situation just like us. And I was a little worried. I didn't think, even though we had the gaps and the spacing and everything with the other cars, that even in a straight fight with the 1 on pit road, that their crew is exceptional. And I thought, on 4 tire stop, they would probably beat us, which, given the times, they probably would have. So that kind of made it a little easier as well. And I just knew if we could get the lead, we could clear out there, even though we had a lot of laps on tires. So, and it was definitely helpful that, the 12 and the 20 also run the same deal. So, yeah, it's just great to see.
Coach, for you, your grandson Ty had a great run going as high as the top 5. I'm curious what you thought of his performance too. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I was really proud of Ty. We had a fueling issue on that last stop, and we didn't get enough fuel in the car. So that's the reason why we had to start saving fuel and put him back. Or I think we'd have had all of our cars top 10 today, which is so exciting for us. We've been a little off. Everybody knows that. We know it. And so this was a big deal for us today for our race team, and just appreciated all of our teams fighting the way they have to get the year started. So just talked to all the Toyota guys also, and they're thrilled. It means so much to our sponsors. Johnny Morris, he put Martin on live to his entire company from the winner's circle. Johnny, I love Johnny. And so for racers and auto owners, it's just so important for us. Sponsorship in this sport is huge. You can't race cars unless you get great partners.
We'll go in the back to Bob.
Bob Hawkers, Fox Sports. I have one for each. James, there was one point in the race where you and Martin were kind of chirping at each other. Is that just normal, or were you like, oh, we've gone a little bit over the line?
It's normal, you know. I'm fairly emotional, but I was calm all race. But he was killing me through the middle there because, you know, it's hard. He can't see what's happening in the race as well with the other cars and the lap times and everything. And, you know, I think he thought that, you know, in that second stage there where we ran longer and all that, you know, we actually lost a lot of time. But, you know, we gained time and you could see where it was going to go. And, you know, obviously we came from the back after our issue on pit road and, you know, all the way up to fourth in that stage. So, you know, we had a plan and stuck to it. And, yeah, I already apologized to him for getting on his ass.
And for Joe, I assume you've probably already started talking to Martin about next year. How far do you think, or how important is winning a race, do you think, to trying to convince him to keep going?
You talked about, was that normal? No, it was abnormal. What movie? What movie? Young Frankenstein. Come on. What's wrong with you guys? That's the best movie ever. Abby normal. No, these guys, they go at it every now and then because they're so competitive. But what was the question?
The question was, I assume at some point you're going to have to try to convince Martin to continue next year.
Yes.
I'm curious, how much do you feel like a win helps in convincing him, if at all?
I think it's huge. And we are constantly talking to Martin about next year. We want him to stay with us as long as we can convince him to do that. I think the best way of doing that is winning races or have a chance to win a championship. I think that's the best sales job we can do.
Are there any final questions for Coach or James? We'll go in the back, the red, and then we'll wrap with Marty.
Eddie Kalegi, Motorsports Today. This question is for Coach, kind of circling back to Zach's question. Obviously, Martin Truex winning this weekend and his brother, your grandson in a car for you, and last year in the Toyota camp, Kyle and his brother Kurt. So how much of an embodiment with your team and just in general in recent years still shows that NASCAR is truly a family sport?
Well, I think it is a family sport. Everybody in here knows it. We all travel together on the weekends. And so when something bad happens to a family, which has happened to us, the entire NASCAR family rallied for us, and twice. And I appreciate that so much. And so we're just thrilled to be a part of it. We love it. You know, we're going on 32 years for us. Our family, I think, always wants to be in this. I got grandkids coming, and 2 of them are already on the race teams and after it. And so it's a huge deal, and I think the NASCAR family is tight-knit and pulls for each other, and they love great weekends and great stories like this.
We've got one last question for Marty, for James or Coach, and then we'll move on to Martin.
I keep the mic because I got one from Martin in a bit. But James, one more for you here. I want to know. I'm curious about the 2-lap undercut you guys had. I see you two are having fun. But James, the final green flag pit stop, a 2-lap undercut. What led to that? Is it with the fact that track position really important at a track like Dover?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I was watching the laps count down there, and just you watch the cars around and what lap traffic were coming up, and it was just so hard to pass. And I knew we were like right in our window where I thought it was going to be okay, and I just made sure we waited to the last minute to call him and to make sure that he couldn't get down there as well. So it worked out.
All right, Coach, James, you guys are good to go.